This is Leah. I have paused my other video and I will be getting back to it because I need one of these for that video. But don't you just love all these sweet little things? Although one of them took me a while to figure out what on earth it said. But other than that, they're very pretty. And they look lovely on the front of these gift card cards. With a little bit of the red border. Very, very nice. And this one here, I put in a tiny little bit of a black gingham. Very sweet. And I also went to town with my Jelly Roll Clear. There's a Jelly Roll glaze. I went to town with that and I added some red and green there as well. Now, this piece of paper, this wonderful paper pad that I got for $6 from Michael's, which is gorgeous, has all these lovely, lovely pictures, which are absolutely useless because you can't cut it out unless you did it by hand or like we're going to do now. So, let's get started. We'll start somewhere in the middle there. Okay, now I've figured out with my cutter, this Fiskars thing, that this wire does not exactly where my blade cuts. So you have to figure out where your blade cuts, and then we're going to go along. I'll hold that down. I'm going to cut right to here because that's where I hit these lovely little things. I got to put my head in there because I got to get this lined up with that line. And yes, I do have a new hairstyle. Thank you for noticing. Okay, now if we cut straight up from the bottom, we can cut that square out then. I have very curly hair, so it's tricky for me to figure out what to do with my hair. I lay down most of the day at work and at home because of my back and my legs. So, when you have curly hair, if you lay down, it flattens your hair. And then you end up with a flat spot on the back of your head, which would be fine if you didn't just lay down again. So I'm constantly laying down, so what I've done is I have gone to, I was also teaching Zumba, which meant that I was hot and sweaty and showering every day, and my hair cannot handle any products. So it was really tricky. Ooh, there's a nice long line, but let's pull it towards us. It was really tricky for me because I can't use product. My head gets too itchy, and so I can't wash my hair every day and not have product with curly hair. So I shaved my hair off. And I've had it like that for a number of years because of the Zumba class. But then when I stopped teaching, I didn't change my hairstyle. So I'm thinking maybe I can change it now, but I still have the problem of lying down and having a flat back on my head. So we shall see. I'm trying to grow out the top, and then I'll shave the sides and see if that works. Oh, that's a pretty good lineup. There we go. For the little tiny edges that are showing, I'm just going to end up cutting those. I really don't care. I've got a little thing beside me, a small little cutter, and I just cut those off when I need to trim the edge a teeny bit. There we go. We're getting very close to being finished. Yay! Now my pattern has got these two waving on the inside of the card, so I really don't think I want them waving on the outside of my card. I don't need to be that matchy-matchy. That would drive me nuts. Okay, so for the rest I'll use the guillotine, because now I can. That first one though, yep, it'll fit in the guillotine. See how frustrating this is? Why do they do that? They could line these things up, or at least not print them so that we have to do jigsaw puzzle to get these things apart. Now for this one, it's very tricky with this light here. It creates a shadow on the side and then I can't see my blade. So it's a good clean cut there. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I believe just a smidgen, a sliver there. What I do is I take my left eye, I look up here, and I see where it's shiny. And then I use my left eye and my right eye, and I see where it's shiny down here. And then, if I can line those two shiny bits up with that line, I can get a really good clean cut. Okay. I'll just finish this very quickly with you. Some of these I won't use for this project because they're very tiny. And if you want to, you can use them for tags or whatever. Or you can just add them in the center of a page that's got some other stuff on it. Like I said, this paper came with a huge background of snowflakes. So I'm starting in my head, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do with that as well. I would really like to stamp and color some mistletoe, because I think I got 6 cards out of it. So if I stamp and color 6 mistletoe, that's not too many. That would be very cute. And I did add even some silver drops. What are they called? Silver pearl? Liquid pearls oyster. I added some of those to the fronts of these little bits. I can't remember what these things are called, these papers. And some, like this one, I put in with my white gel pen around those. They're just really dark, as you can see right here. It's a really dark piece of paper. Dark piece of paper. So I brightened it up with some white. Then I put the silver, the oyster silver things right in there in the corners. And then I went over the shadow of this with my clear glaze gel pen. Jelly roll pen? I don't know what they're called. Sorry. I'm very bad with product placement. Okay. If you're going to ever buy this cutting guillotine, know that the makers of this guillotine, I don't know where their heads were when they made this. They made this measure 8.5, 9 inches on the long side, and it goes to 4, and then it goes to 4.5, and then nothing. It's clear. Don't they realize that our cards are 5.5 inches? So it's kind of somewhere along the edge here is 5.5. I saw Jennifer McGuire. You know, when you watch those videos, you don't realize how old they are. This is 2019, people. And this is not the best guillotine. I'm sure it works fine, but it is so annoying that it doesn't go to 5.5. So every time I've got to just kind of guess and gauge or use the Fiskars, which I hate as well. The blades just do not last. And that thing sometimes does not cut straight. It's just a very annoying cutter, which I accidentally ordered too. I was going to give it away. I thought, oh, I'll just give it away. It's such a great cutter because somebody else said it was a great cutter. And then I used it, and I'm like, this is not a good cutter. I don't even want to give this away to anyone because I don't want to give anyone a bad cutter. Okay. Oh, I need some red because I'm going to do something in behind. So I will pause the video here for this. This will be the end of this video for the cutting up of that piece of paper. People who do not think ahead drive me nuts. Anyway, so I'm going to finish this here. That's how you cut those things up. Your little cutter, like this, especially if you got this annoying one, it has a little line across here. Some of them have like a little arrow. I think the Stampin' Ups has a little arrow. This one has just a little line, and you just bring it to where you want the blade to end, and that's where it'll end. Okay? On to the next video, or finishing up the other video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. May God richly bless you. Please join us on our Facebook group. We would love to see what you're working on. Bye-bye. This time I'm not going to turn the whole camera off. I'm just going to push pause.